Whoa, I didn't realize on video I looked like a flock of seagulls because my hair's flopped over to one side. My butt cut's all messed up.
You have a butt cut?
I use a good butt cut.
Oh, you got a big butt cut.
Yeah, that's how I roll. Butt cut style. You know it's not butt cut? Sweat Equity Podcast, the #1 comedy business podcast in the world.
I already did the thing.
Give me some more. You don't have to be shrewd with the horn.
It doesn't feel right a second time. I don't know.
Okay.
Better.
Yeah.
I should have done that.
Give me a little flair, baby.
Yeah.
Listen to us on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any app that has podcasts, really. Subscribe, rate us 5 stars. You're listening to us right now. We're in your ear holes. Why don't you go get your finger hole and don't be an a-hole and give us a 5-star review.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the pod and share it with a friend, loved one, coworker. This episode is brought to you. By the way, our guest didn't show up.
Yeah, that's why it was just the two of us.
So
and
we're
it's going to be a double episode, just so you know. You're going to hear this intro twice.
Yeah.
Not a mistake.
Yeah, but we get real deep. Like, ooh,
This is a good one.
like hitting that IUD in that lady's gash.
IUD.
UID?
No, you got it. I was like,
I was saying
I went to Afghanistan.
I know. Yeah, I was saying
I assume
hitting
you
the
got it wrong.
Your dick hits the birth control thing all the way in the back of her vagina. That's the thing I was going for.
Oh.
You know? I don't think our sponsors want to be affiliated with this, so
I don't even got it.
let's. I'll teach you about it later.
Oh,
Let's
buddy.
get this party started. Howdy toddy!
It's called Sweat Equity.
Listening to the Sweat Equity Podcast.
Okay.
We recording?
Yeah, we're recording. Let's talk to this guy.
You want me to do this?
Yeah. If he doesn't pick up, we'll just figure it out.
Yeah.
We always do.
Mm-hmm. Where's the
Calling.
Sorry.
Oh,
My
your
apps
new
are-
phone. He's got 2 phones now. So
They're all jacked up.
It's too. You're too good for us.
No, I didn't know how to get all my old apps from my phone without it all just transferring. I'm too scared.
All right, just to update everybody.
So,
our guest did not show up.
Larry Hoffman didn't show up of LJH Investments.
I
now-
bet his middle name starts with a J.
You think?
Yeah.
What if it's Jesus,
And then he's redeemed.
the King of Jews? So we're gonna call his phone number that's listed on his LinkedIn profile.
Yeah. Which we went through his website and then to his LinkedIn, and it's right there. It's not. We're not doing anything wrong.
All right, so I'm gonna hit speaker.
Speakerphone. Let's hear it. Larry. See if he's got the goods.
513-301-1468. If anybody wants to call him. If anybody wants to do a Jerky Boys to him.
Yeah.
The person you are trying to reach is not available. Please record your name, number,
Sounds
and a
like
brief
a
message
burner
after the beep.
voicemail. Larry, it's Law and Eric from
Hey, Larry.
Sweat Equity. We're waiting on you to come on the show. Whenever you want.
Whenever it's good for you, you know? We're not sitting here
All right.
waiting.
The more we wait, the more we might have to roast battle your website. All
Yeah.
right. Bye.
You say we'll give him like 5 minutes. Yeah, we'll give him 5 minutes, and we'll tell you about his website.
All right. So what's going on? What's going on?
I just told you all that stuff. You know I can't tell you most of it.
What about being Coach Redneck?
Oh man,
Can you talk about any of that?
I mean, yeah, I was just telling Law. I get it. Teaching, really coaching middle schoolers is it's good. It's fun. You know, There's a lot of pain in the ass kids for sure, but it's good. It's every day's fun.
How many periods are there? I can't remember. 7, 8?
7 periods.
Okay. And
In the middle of the day, we got 2 that are a little bit longer, and they get what's called flex time.
yeah,
And that's when they can possibly earn playing basketball or soccer
I like
or
that.
whatever.
I was just reminding my kids about incentives and penalties. And
Yeah.
they won't drink their goddamn water bottle, which is they need to drink like just 33 ounces of water throughout the day.
Yeah.
And what happens specifically with my kids? I'm not a freak about waters like a helicopter mom. You know, like they're like, oh my god, you gotta
Just like a hairier dad. It's a trademark copyright.
they
Write that down.
Kobe parent. That's sad.
Too soon.
Okay, not soon enough. And so
Yeah, it's actually a really bad reference.
So
Super late.
So like they both can't poop well if they don't drink enough water throughout the day.
Nobody could poop well if they don't drink enough water throughout the day.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
And then I go, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Just to like kickstart it back again, I go, I'll give you $1. Which they like shit their pants for $1.
$1.
No, well, they can't shit their pants, I guess, but
Right.
but like $1. $1's a lot to a 6 and a 5-year-old.
No. I guess I just wonder if that's setting a bad precedent.
If they drink,
It's
I'll
literally
give them
like giving them
$1
a dollar for breathing.
I'll give them $1 a day if they drink their whole water bottle. Now it's an honor system. Now look, I just said to kickstart it. I go just to get it back. I go, this is just for today, but you guys need to drink your water. You're supposed to do it, and then I go, I'll give you $1 if you drink it.
So like, are they
Not-
going like weeks without pooping?
No, they'll drink a little bit of water. They'll drink like a bunch of sugary sports drink stuff or like juice, which is garbage.
Terrible.
Like Capri Sun is so
Terrible.
bad. Like all juice is
Drink
bad.
a spoonful of sugar.
High C isn't juice. I had to explain that soda.
Even apple juice is not good for you.
I had to explain to him apple juice and orange juice just chock full of sugar. It's not like they press it into the jug.
I
like
got my vitamin C.
'Cause that's
you
what-
mean like 10% of what you get if you take like a multivitamin? Like it's not,
Yeah, and our generation was force fed the
Food pyramid?
the food pyramid, which was
horse shit.
now there's a lot more transparency about how that was corrupted, and then they tried to make a new food pyramid recently. Did we talk about this?
Probably, but I don't even want to
And
see
it said like Lucky Charms is better for you than steak. And it's like, who helped run this? And it was like, oh, well, if you look
General
at
Mills.
this shell corporation and this shell corporation and this one, it gets back to Nestle or Kellogg's.
Right. There's like 6 corporations that own everything.
That diagram of all, like, the big conglomerates own
That
95%
depressing
of,
ass,
yeah.
the most depressing infographic of all time.
Even like Goya, you're like, nuh-uh, I thought they were their own deal.
Right. I know they have their own aisle at the grocery store, but
At my grocery
Damn.
store, it's so Spanish. There's a Jesus.
how Spanish is it?
There's a Jesus candle aisle.
Oh, a whole aisle for it.
I'm not even kidding.
Okay.
I'll take a picture of it and send it to you. It's 5 racks full of
I do want to see that.
Jesus candles.
Can you get one with somebody in like shopping for them? Because I got to know what that process is like.
You know, I've never seen anybody buy one,
Not holy enough,
but I don't
flowy enough.
linger. I go with a mission into Publix. So,
Yeah.
and that is something I've taught the kids. But back to incentives, penalties. So I go, okay, they didn't do it. And I'm like, how do I get them to do the thing I want them to do? You know, that's how my brain will, like, you know, where you get that, it's almost that noise when something doesn't work on your computer. It's like, think in your head.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I'll get you an app. I'll get you a game app, whatever, on your iPad. I got them iPads for Christmas, 3 months late, back order. This is what I said. And so what's it called? I'll get you a game and $1.
Okay.
It's more than fair. And I go, do you agree? And I go, we have to handshake. And I've taught them, I want them to be like a Texan with a handshake. right? I go,
Right.
you have to look me in the eye.
And hold your belt buckle.
But I make them do it to other people. I go, if you shake someone's hand, Trip, I want you to look him in the eye. And he's like,
I feel like that one gets $1. That one, I feel like that $1 is better spent on that.
Well, I'm doing some redistribution of the budget.
Okay.
So, like, I agree. That one's more important. That one's more important. The water should be kind of innate.
Yeah, I feel like that one, they'll just get it on their own. They'll finally be like, I do want some water because I'm thirsty.
Well, they haven't gotten the correlation between them getting constipated and dehydration.
You have to tell them that. They're not going to scientifically go into the lab and figure it out themselves.
I figured that was implied. Like I
know they're Asian. I know the capacity.
Well, a lot of rice. No, a lot of kimchi.
Too far.
It's my kids. Fuck off.
I'm offended.
I make half Korean kid jokes all the time. I go, but always in their favor. Like saying my black friend has a big dick, kind of. It's a good stereotype.
Oh, I thought you meant like you tell half the joke and don't tell the punchline, or they
No,
don't even have a punchline.
I'll be like, they both finished a Rubik's Cube at age 5. That's not from my white trash mutt side.
No, I've never done that. They didn't
I
really
can't do it if you sat.
Did they actually do it?
Both of them have done it at age 5.
Oh shit! Okay.
Their mom was in Mensa. Like they're not.
No, I know. Now I feel stupid.
And like, I taught Trip chess. Well, another thing I was trying to do is I go, Trip, I want you to teach, because this will get back to you teaching. I think it's valuable to teach others because you learn more, right?
Yeah, sure.
Right? I used to teach. I've taught, like, I've been a guest teacher, or whatever, a lot of times, and it's like it sharpens your game. Really, is what it does, right? So it's like you have to be able to communicate it in a slower way than the shorthand.
You have to have mastery of it.
And so I go, Trip, if you teach men how to play chess because she wants to learn, I will give you both $20 if she learns and you're able to teach her without fighting.
Okay. What does learn mean? I mean, how
She has to know how to play.
Does she have to beat you?
She has to be able to play, like not just go like I forgot stuff. Like we made some ground rules.
Oh, okay.
The lawyer and me grew up in a family of lawyer.
Sign it.
Here's the 5 conditions you need to achieve. I go. She just needs to be able to play without going overwhelmed, and without like knowing like, oh, a knight can't move in an L form shape. You know?
I wonder how often they think about that contract.
They don't, because
I know.
I'm kind of soft when it really breaks down, and then I'll blow up every now and again. Sure, but I think that's good.
It's a healthy way to do it.
Well, I don't. I get them half the time. You get yours half the time, and it's like, do I want to? And it's really a reflection on the parent, because it's like I'm not super consistent discipline on my own stuff, and so that's probably why I'm not on top of some of it. If you really want to get shrooms in the woods, break it down therapist style.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but they're at a certain age,
But I'm pretty good.
They'll be fine in a few years. Like, you won't have anything wrong. Like,
Right.
These kids are not going to be problem kids.
I know.
I'll tell you right now, like, they'll be on top of it. They'll do their work. They won't get in trouble. It'll be fine.
My biggest belief is like most of being a good dad is just literally being in the same room.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's...
You want to talk about what teaching will teach you?
Well, I hate deadbeat dads.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's the worst thing in this country that... And it's not talked about nearly enough. I've heard more shit about trans bathrooms...
Right.
By times 1,000 than I hear about dads running away from responsibility.
Right.
And I get the other side of it. I've had 15 years of watching stand-up comedians on stage talking about dad wasn't there, dad was never around, or dad was around and had secret family, dad was around, then bounced, dad was around, divorced dad, I only got to see him on the weekends and sometimes he'd bail on that. Dad was around but didn't pick me up ever when he was supposed to. Like all the gamut of all the... I call my dad after I hear too many of these.
Dude,
like,
it is.
Christ.
It's prevalent, man.
My dad went to as many like games as he could.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it all the time because he had to be in an office. But it was like, he did as much as he could.
Right.
He wasn't the he wasn't this age's dad where we have to do. I feel like a lot of dads our age, a lot of our friends, and I don't know if this is throughout the United States, but I get the vibe it is. We're kind of coming over more of the female side a little bit more on the parenting, if you're there,
Right.
if you're present, if you're physically a dad,
Right.
in the home.
But we're also expected to continue doing all the same shit we did before.
And,
Don't
you know,
stop doing that.
Are we male what is it called? Male rights guys?
Men's rights.
Men's rights. Those guys are
What
the best.
about men?
I was thinking about the male feminist guys. Those are my least favorite people.
Yeah.
I'd rather hang out with a deadbeat dad than those guys. The guys that slow play, they're friends that are women that they want to bang,
Right.
but they can't ask them out, so they patiently sit in the weeds.
Right.
Like-
Sabotage any other man coming through.
They're heterosexual gay friend kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's that kind of vibe. They're a fruit fly, but they're not fruity technically.
Ah.
And then they'll go.
You said you would rather hang out with them than the deadbeat?
The deadbeat dad for sure.
Yes.
At least the deadbeat dad's got some
They're
cool
probably
stories of something.
Right, I was gonna say they like to party. You know, they're gonna be at least honest with you. You'd think.
And then you might fist fight him because you'd be like, "You're just a piece of shit."
Right. By the end of the night, you hate the guy because you realize what he's doing. But you know,
The male feminist you can't fight because it's just going to be a slappy slap thing.
right.
You know, it'll be like,
I'm calling the police.
yeah, it'll be like you got the Mario star power. You know, where it's like, you know, like
Who does?
you do against the male feminist.
Oh yeah.
because they're such a waif.
right.
All right, so I've gotten on tangent highway, but back to, I'll finish this incentives and penalties thing, and then I want to hear about being coach Mountain Dew Code Red life.
What they call me.
I like Coach Red because there's so many bad puns I can make from that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I in my head I visualize a coach's tree of like, here's the assistants of
Give it time. They'll come up with some good ones, I'm sure.
Coach Redneck,
Sure, that'll be there.
Coach Red Rocket.
Yeah.
Coach,
Hopefully they're that kosher because these kids, they got some mouths on them, I'll tell you.
Coach Red Dog Dick.
That's, yeah.
I don't know.
All right, let's,
Okay, so
wait, finish your thought.
So with the kids, I go, okay. So I go, one day I just was like, look, I just wanted them to drink a whole thing of water throughout the day. There's the school day. They're supposed to do it. It's part of the school thing. They have to have a water bottle every day that's full and bring it with them. And so I'm like, I will give you guys each $5 if you finish that. One of the two did it. And I'm like, okay.
Minnie did it.
Min did it because
Called it.
Min did it because she'll be a CEO.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said Minnie.
She's been obsessed with money since she was 2.
I know. That's why I guessed.
Yeah, no, you guessed right. Trip's a sweet boy. He's much sweeter and nicer, I'll say.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Min sees incentives. She goes, "Oh, can I buy nail stuff with this?" And I go, "I will walk with you to Publix to go buy it for sure." You know?
It is interesting. Both of our sets of kids have that flip flop we were just talking about.
Well-
where it's just like both our boys are super sweet. They love everybody, and the girls are a little
Or
bit more
alphas.
complicated.
The girls are alphas, and
Yeah.
they're half their personalities in their age, half of it's way older than they are.
Yeah, for
Like I
sure.
say, she's 5 going on 13. It's like such a mom joke. My daughter's 5 going on 13.
I say it like as a warning.
Well, I told you.
Like you better. I mean,
Well, I told you.
she'll call you out.
Min said she was freaking out on me for something, and I didn't realize. Oh, the recital's in 2 days. This is why this is happening. But she was like being horrible to me and the dog and her brother. And I was like, man, you have to love your brother and your dog, and you don't have to love me, but I would hope you do.
Oh, I say you have to love everybody.
But
You don't have to like everybody, but you gotta love everybody.
and then I even broke it down. You just have to even tolerate them. But
Right.
Dude, here's the biggest one. If I can undo projection, this is my biggest thing of being a dad in the last year or 2. If I can make them not project their own, like they need to internalize, right? and not take it out on other people.
Yes.
If I can undo that in childhood, that's going to be like, that's my big project. Right? If you can do any behavioral change.
It does. That covers a lot. That's
Now,
a very good base.
I don't want them to go the other way, where they're Japanese people that like are so ashamed they kill themselves.
Right.
Because they internalize too much. And it's too, but like.
And then it comes out.
But I had to break it. I go, I figured it out while she was like stomping her feet and then turning bright red and just, I don't know why I'm crying. And I'm like, oh, did you really? You're 4.
Oh boy.
This is when she was 4. And so she eventually said, I go, you got to love everybody, around you. And she was like, how can I love anybody if I can't love myself? And I was like,
okay, Daddy needs to go in the other room.
I went and got a record and scratched it.
Yeah.
I went and got a vinyl, put
Get
it
in the
there,
car.
played it, and
We're
then
going to what's the sound place? Sound Exchange.
I go, you're not allowed to watch Fuller House anymore. Because I was like, that's got to be from something she saw. And so I said, like, where'd you hear that? And she just like, no, nowhere. It's my own thought. I was like, the way you just said that told me that's not your own thought. Because you guys stink at lying.
I mean, oh, well, if you can
I
see
can
through it,
tell.
then yeah.
I call them out on it.
But
right?
That props to her for using it in a timely manner when she could have, she's been waiting. She's had that locked and loaded.
Well, I found out her teacher said it to her, and it wasn't to her. It was kind of general pre-K teaching, but she used it in the therapy kind of way.
Okay, well, she used it right.
I go, hey, I'm proud of you that you know that, because most adults never get that their whole life. I get in a catcher's stance, like I get on her eye level.
Yes.
Because you forget you're monsters to them.
Third world squat.
Like, they think I'm huge to them. Like a fucking giant, right?
Yeah.
Like, I used to scare them when they were 2 and 3. Like, they'd be
Really?
like, you're yelling at me. I was like, I was just calling you from the other room. Like,
Well.
But to them, it sounds like Zeus or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean.
I did put it in their head, I'm the Thor of Tampa Bay, and they brought it up in front of my dad when we took him to dinner.
Oh, man.
And I go, Dad,
they wasted it. They could have brought it up in front of somebody that.
No, they still kind of half believe it. They're not 100% sold that I'm not.
Right.
But
I'm the local Thor. Every town's got one.
I go, Papa's
got to be somebody.
Papa's the Odin of Tampa Bay. When it rained earlier, that was him. And I could see my dad like in the front seat, kind of laughing
So
about
now
it.
you're Odin? I mean, pick a lane, dude.
No, my dad's Odin. I'm
Oh,
Thor.
your dad is okay. Well, that does make sense.
I told him a lie that I was the Thor of Tampa Bay. If they make me angry, I will make it rain and we can't go swimming.
Okay. Can Thor? What?
Thor has lightning.
Lightning. Oh, that storm makes it rain. That's
Yeah.
X-Men. That's not even in the Marvel comic universe, and nobody even knows what I'm talking about.
It technically is, but yeah.
No, I mean like the
movie?
the movie
The MCU?
universe. What does that stand for if it's not?
Marvel Cinematic
Universe. My bad.
Well, that's because they're owned by Fox and then they were acquired by Disney, and so they're under one roof.
They're bringing it all together.
I can tell you all about it because I found this autistic kid on YouTube that breaks down like the new movies coming out, and I got sucked into his stuff. Hi, hey, it's emergency awesome. If you ever go on YouTube, and this guy makes 10-minute videos about the movies coming out, but it's like this dude clearly is autistic, and it's like, hey, it's Charlie. It's like,
well, who better to explain it?
No, he's awesome at it.
Right.
Like I find myself, I'm like, I just watched 40 minutes of this guy's videos about like Deadpool 3, your alumni Channing Tatum becoming Gambit in the next Deadpool. And so back to the kids, incentives, penalties. And I go, okay. And my son didn't do it. Sure enough, was crying about needing to poop but can't. Good thing Daddy's got some laxatives on him nowadays for this reason. Because the worst is I have to run, leave them there, go grab CVS laxative real quick, and then run back. By the way, okay, so.
Do I gotta cut that?
Why?
I don't know. I mean.
The CVS is pretty
I put a
close.
note on the door. Kids are home alone. Please do not come in.
No, I use my phone like a baby monitor and watch them. Plus the dog's there. He protects.
Okay, well.
They're good enough. I slowly have been letting them have like a couple minutes while I'm outside, and I slowly built that up for this reason, because there's sometimes you have to run out. You can't bring them with you quick enough.
Yeah.
And I watch them like a baby monitor. They fight sometimes, and I call it out. I go, I have it recorded. Do you want me to show you? Here it is. I go, I'm everywhere, bro. So he didn't do it. Then he wanted a Minecraft add-on. He thought it was another Minecraft game. I had explained. No, this is what I don't want to do with any of these video games, is keep paying for stuff. Because it's like a casino. It just never ends, right?
Yeah, I mean, well,
you're a
depends on what
Fortnite guy. Your son's a Minecrafter.
Right.
Right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he was trying to buy. Lots of times it's a one-off, and that might be the only one you ever buy for him.
It was small. It was small, but I was like, I want him to earn it.
Yes.
I want him to realize that. And so I go, okay, remember that? Remember I was going to give you $5? All right, tomorrow, drink the water. You get it. Still didn't do it. I think he just gets distracted just running around and shit.
Yeah.
He's 6.
That's boys.
Right. And boys are frisky dogs. They sleep, they'll chill, and then they're...
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
It could be 40 minutes of chaos.
The boys are way tougher.
Well, in some, I don't know. I think the girls...
In my experience, over 2 weeks.
Well, my daughter's like trying to, she's like about to put soap in her choo-choo, as we call it. And I'm like, no. I'm like, see it out of the corner of my eye while I'm shaving. She's in the bathtub. I'm like, no, don't do that. I'm like, I told you mom handles any of the stuff about that, but I do know this. Don't put soap in it. She's like, but I got to clean it. I'm like, hot water. That's good enough. Just the bathtub. You're good. You know, remember that?
Well.
You probably blocked that out. And so...
Did I?
Well, I mean, like...
Maybe.
5 years ago. I'm sure you don't give your kids a bath.
Yeah, no, they do that on their own now. It's awesome.
Right.
Go get a shower. Oh, okay.
I still do it every night with them.
Yeah, you got to for a while.
Yeah, I actually don't mind it because it's not really that hard. I've done it.
No, they're small. It's like takes no time.
You know when they're the babies and you have to kind of be like, I am this guy. I bathe them every night kind of guy. Like I was like, I'll take that. You know.
Okay.
I can't do like the I wasn't good in the morning kind of guy. You know.
What do you mean?
Like you take the morning shift.
Oh.
Or you feed them for dinner because I'm not good at it, kind of thing.
Well,
whatever.
I mean,
so with, we'll just let this run and then break it up into 2 parts, I guess.
Okay, I'm down.
I mean, I'm meandering.